In the last Think About It, we discussed honoring thy father and the importance of a father's presence in a child's life and in the family. Fathers help children establish a solid and firm identity. Fathers teach us how to relate to the opposite sex and how to receive love. There is so much fathers do, but I believe these three cannot be forgotten, especially since children grow up and start their own families. The values and standards we set will have a lot to do with our parents. This is why a father's absence, abuse, and apathy cause mental and relational problems which carry on into adulthood. A father's absence leaves a child lost without a true sense of self. Their abuse destroys a child's self-worth and tells them that they are not worthy to be loved. And a father's apathy distorts the child's perception of love. We need fathers in the home, and we need them to be active participants in raising their children. Discussing fathers is always the easy part. Where I come from, mom seems to be right up there with God. It doesn't matter if she's a good mom. It doesn't matter if she's abusive. It doesn't matter if she's present, good or bad. I don't care. That's your mama is the response to every child about their mother. I believe by now many of us know the damage caused by bad fathers. I just mentioned three of the main problems which cause lasting trauma. Absence, abuse. Abuse always causes problems that tend to grow over time if we do not deal with the trauma. And apathy. A father who just does not care is devastating. We have heard the statistics: dropout, poverty, gangs and violence, teen pregnancy, prison. This is just a few because there are more. In all those statistics, one bothers me. A large percentage, I believe it's over 70% of males who are incarcerated, were raised by single mothers. We contribute this solely to the father, but they were raised by their mothers. I honestly believe some of the behaviors we are blaming daddy for are actually mommy issues. If you cannot maintain a healthy relationship, especially healthy relationships with the opposite sex, if you are an emotional roller coaster ruled by your emotions and senses which validate your reality, minus truth and facts, if you are not thinking beyond your feelings and if your reaction is your action, then you probably have some mommy issues. Just because we feel it doesn't make it real or true. It only means we felt it. Give your emotions a minute because feelings do change, which is why our emotions and feelings should not rule our lives. And this is especially true for men. It used to be when I heard about a parent abusing, hurting, or deleting their child, it was usually not a black person. It was unheard of back then. We didn't do that to our kids. Today, there is a generation that has said, forget those kids. And it's not just a mama. Her boyfriend is helping out. Daddy is doing some mess too. I was reading of a mother who had left her kids in an apartment while she lived with her boyfriend. The kids were home alone, malnourished, and now she's in jail. There is something sinister going on, a spiritual battle, and our children, black children, are the casualty. I know that whenever I hear, I don't care, that's your mama, I am probably dealing with spiritual wickedness in heavenly places. This demonic spirit has done nothing but grown from generation to generation, hell-bent on wiping out a people, and the younger generation is struggling under the weight of this demon. A woman is not greater than what she came from, nor is a man greater than what he came through. We both, man and woman, mom and dad, are required and needed. Societies are built on the family. Healthy or perverted, man and woman are at the heart of the building. Each has a responsibility. Each has an authority given by God. One cannot be exalted above the other. Wives, submit. Husbands, give your life, which seems a lot harder than submitting. Anything exalted or placed on a pedestal will be brought down by God. And woman, mama, has been exalted. The more we claim how great we are, the worse we seem to be looking. Could it be that maybe we need to get back in position and learn to talk with, get along with, and walk with man, with fathers? This is the only way that this can work. Hello and welcome. My name is Leslie, and this is Think About It. Today's hot topic is honor thy mother. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, that it may go well with you and that you may live long life on the earth. Ephesians 6, 2-3. The position of mother is a wonder, an honor from God. While this is very much a part of being a woman, there is nothing common about pregnancy and birth. One egg, one sperm connect in the female body, and life begins to grow. This is a blessing, a child being knitted together in our wombs by the hand of the Almighty. How amazing is this? Because of this blessing of pregnancy, there is a divine connection between mother and child. The love connection. Your life started in me. You grew in me until you could grow on your own. This love connection is natural, or at least it should be. A mother loves her child even when no one else does. She might not like everything you do, but she loves you. Whether there is one child or 10, mom loves you. Is this saying mothers are perfect? No, they are human. So as a parent, male or female, we will make mistakes. We should expect our parents to make mistakes. And as we get older, we should learn to offer them compassion and grace. Because when we start having kids, we will make mistakes too. Nobody gets it right all the time. But we should love, respect, and keep trying to be better and do better. This is not what is happening today. Read the news. Different cities, different states, the same type of stories. Mom is acting up and abusing her own children. The kids are not okay. The love connection between mother and child, which is normal, is somehow missing. Is this because of mom's trauma or mental or emotional issues? This indifference mothers are having to their children is an indication that something is off. The very child she chose to have and carry is suffering, and mama does not care. One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is, I deserve to be happy. No, not at the expense of our children. Sadly, this indifference is passed down until someone stands and says no. When mom does not care, there will be problems for the child. I say again, childhood traumas do not go away. Those bad seeds continue to grow bad and or destructive fruit until we deal with the trauma. Many people have gotten so used to their dysfunction and mess that they expect others to live with the pain in silence. Satan has convinced them that pretense will make them feel better while he erects strongholds in their lives and keeps them in bondage. Deal with your issues or they will deal with you, or worse. Your children will have to wrestle with the demons you should have defeated. My mom was a pregnant teen. My sisters and I were pregnant teens. The Spirit of the Lord said, my kids do not have to be. Stand against this demon. I thank you, Jesus. He broke that bondage. The lies and secrets snuff out the Spirit of God, stunts personal growth, and smothers the life right out of us. Misery loves company and wants as many people as possible to hang out with it. Healing is hard work. The pain and personal requirements to get better, to do better, to be whole is not easy. And once you're whole, you have to be proactive in walking in wholeness. But healing is worth it. This is where we find happiness and true joy. Our mothers teach us how to love others. When there is indifference, mom does not love us and her behavior supports this. This hits at our own ability to love others in healthy ways. And also this tells us we do not deserve to be loved. If mama does not love us, then who will? This love that is initiated by God, displayed by mom, and replicated by the child is our first human interaction, our first relationship. When this is broken or dysfunctional, we do not love others correctly. Our ability to have and maintain healthy relationships, establish and set healthy boundaries, and to communicate in respectful ways is damaged. Many of the things that some of us call love is actually destructive. Mothers also nurture. A woman is born with a gift to care for others in a loving way and encourage with dignity and respect. This gift to nurture promotes growth. It is the responsibility of the parent to raise healthy children who can be productive in society. Moms play a huge part in this. When there is something wrong with a woman's ability to nurture, neglect will probably be present. The mother fails to truly care for her child with genuine love and encouragement. Bitterness, resentment, fear, and or mental illness, something is blocking this wonderful gift from heaven. When we are neglected, we do not develop the way we should. We need to be cared for. We need to be encouraged. We need to be listened to and validated. We need to know someone loves us. This is usually mom's responsibility. There has been studies done on neglected children and how children who are neglected are like plants which have not been given water and sunshine. They begin to wilt and die. Neglected children do not grow and develop without intervention, which is usually the removal of the child. The situation will continue to deteriorate. Mothers also provide emotional support, teaching us how to express our emotions and feelings correctly. Their behavior and actions should provide the child with a good role model on how to govern our emotions, feelings, and passions. Men do provide emotional support too, but not like women. On average, women are more in tune with their emotions and feelings than men are, which is why we need males in the home to bring balance. We blame men for overly emotional kids, teens, and young men and women who are acting first and thinking only when the consequences are upon them. But mom was probably a reactor too. A mother raising a child without a male present is more likely to raise emotional children. Listen to this again. At least 70% of males in prison were raised by single mothers. These males are reactors. Yes, they did make a choice. Bad choices out of limited options and immature emotions leaves very little choices. They react first, and then someone else usually has to come in, like the police, and explain this is wrong. Without men, women tend to raise their sons to be the men that they've never met, that probably do not even exist. Males do not need to be more in tune to their emotions. They need to know how to govern them. Because when they don't, bad things happen. Since women are more emotional than our counterparts, manipulation can be a problem for unhealthy moms. They control their kids for their own selfish wants and desires. We should want better for our kids. Where we stop, they should start and build on. It is okay for our children to have more than we did, to be more, to be better. Manipulative moms are jealous-hearted moms who compete and compare themselves to their children, especially their daughters. This often leads to anxiety in the child and an inability to set healthy boundaries. Manipulative moms do not let you share your feelings and they tell you how you should feel. They interrupt and talk over you while dismissing your valid concerns. They use emotional blackmail. They gaslight. And this is the worst. It will cause mental problems and serious trust issues. If you have never been able to gain your parents' approval and you have tried and tried, it's not you, it's them. We need good mothers. They are a necessity and very important to the child and family. But parenting is a team effort. There needs to be a mother and a father. There needs to be responsible family members and friends, a tribe of people who we can trust, who our children can trust. A tribe still does no good without mom and dad. Honor your mother and father, which is the first commandment with a promise, so that it will go well with you and that you may enjoy long life on the earth. Honor, show respect and gratitude. God is not an abuser. He does not abuse us, nor does he want anyone else to. Mothers are created in God's image. They are God's handiwork. He formed them in their mother's womb. They represent the glory of God. Therefore, mothers have a right to be treated with dignity and compassion, even if they have not earned it. Dignity is simply treating them with respect and recognizing that they have value even if they have hurt you. Respect is not something you earn. Respect is something you naturally show when you have it. People who respect themselves respect others. Be polite and courteous. Just be kind when dealing with them. Show compassion. We can be kind and compassionate without being close. Forgive. Forgiveness is something we do. It's not just something we say. Forgiveness is not an option for Christians. If we do not forgive others, God does not forgive us. Forgiveness is not reconciliation. Forgiveness does not erase what happened, nor does forgiveness say we will go back to the way it was before. To forgive is to pardon. I will not hold this against you. I put it in God's hands to handle as he sees fit. I choose to bless and not curse. Unforgiveness keeps us tied to the people who have hurt us. Let them go for your own peace of mind. When showing dignity and respect to mothers who do not act like mothers, first prioritize your well-being. It's okay for you to be okay. It's okay to not want to be manipulated or gaslit. Ask yourself, how is this relationship affecting my peace? Not every person that can walk in close fellowship with us. Some people we have to use a long-handled spoon when dealing with them. Once we are healthy, we will begin to recognize when relationships are producing bad fruit in our life. What do you like when you are around your mother? How does it make you feel? Is the relationship edifying? Are you encouraged when you leave? Or are you drained or confused? We must learn to let go of unhealthy relationships and place our time and effort into healthy relationships. It's okay to step away. It's okay to limit contact for our peace of mind. We cannot give what we do not have. If we are spent, then how will we bless those that God has brought into our lives? When we have lived with manipulative mothers, the boundary lines have gotten crossed and crushed. We do not know what's good, what's healthy, what we should allow and what we should not allow. Many people let in the bad while getting rid of the good. So second, we have to learn how to establish and set clear boundaries. If not, we will be letting in the trash and throwing out the treasure. Once we get used to surviving this flight or fight mode, stays on alert. When life gets good, quiet, and calm, we realize we may just be a little jacked up. So we go looking for mess, or mess finds us and we welcome it. It's almost like we believe we do not deserve better. I believe it's easier to allow people in our lives who will hurt us than to believe we deserve better, or worse, we take the risk and actually love and trust them and they hurt us. Now here we are, devastated again. God loves you, and He wants you and me to be loved. He does not abuse us, and God does not expect us to tolerate abuse either, even if that's your mama. Set clear boundaries. Identify your needs. Figure out what you want for your life and what feels right for you. Learn to say no, to limit contact, and walk away. And do not apologize for having boundaries and sticking to them. Last, prioritize your self-care. Make time for yourself, nourish you, encourage you, and if you need to, talk to somebody. Having clear boundaries improves relationships that are healthy and removes relationships that are not. The news is filled with stories of mothers harming their own children. The problem is not getting better, but worse. For so long we have elevated mama when only Jesus should be exalted. This rise in violence is spiritual. What's lifted up usually comes back down. Honor your mother. Show her respect and compassion. Forgive her. But never believe you have to put up with abuse and bad behavior because she's your mama. Think about it.